Shall we? Welcome the band. Everybody say hello. It's almost Monday. Woo! Yes, please sit. I don't want to stand, dude. Oh, thanks for coming. I mean, the Grammy Museum. Of course, you come to the Grammy Museum.
Oh man, you got to come.
Yeah,
right?
this is this is the real deal. Excited to talk about artistry. Excited to talk about your albums. Excited to talk about how you guys formed because it is an interesting story. You come to us today from San Diego, correct?
San Diego. Let's do it. Yeah.
Do you remember the day the three of you met? Because this was something that started when you were younger, and you guys kind of separate college time, but you end up coming back together. But do you remember the day you all met?
So me and Luke have been friends for 20 years, I think, which is a long time. I think my mom told us that like the other day, and it was just like, oh no, that's so gnarly. But we've been friends for a long time. And then I met Cole through surfing. Cole's a very good surfer, and he was out in this like bright blue and orange wetsuit and crushing it. And I was like, whoa, that kid's super sick. And then I went to his house after and met Gary, his dad, and Gary told me he played guitar too, and me and Luke were starting a band, and I was like, all right, this kid's really good at surfing. He should be in our band too. So that's the origin. There it is.
But that surfing and like beach energy vibe, I mean, it's kind of a lifestyle. It does exist within your art today, right?
I'd say it's there. Yeah, it seeps in. Yeah, well, I guess we do have a song, "Take Me to the Beach, I Want to Dip In," which is so funny. That lyric
Also,
is so
sunburn. There's like a
yeah. There's a lot. Yeah, I guess we are
Sun
quite
keeps on
inspired.
shining.
Yeah.
Keep on going with the sun.
I don't know
See
if
if it works
Simon
out.
is Simon our producer here, but we had a funny thing where it was like, okay, guys, we can't write another song with sun something. It was like sunburn, sun keeps on shining. I was like, okay, let's just like pause and sun. So we'll see. Album 2, maybe there's more sun or not.
No, but like, how does that like? What elements of this idea of like you can go out to the ocean and ride waves? Like, what elements of that make it into your work and like even make it into how you exist? Because there is something deeper there, like being in touch with water, the ocean, nature.
Yeah.
I mean, it's inspired music for a very long time.
Yeah, I think there's like, I don't want to get too like stoned out on this. I can be the surfer guy with the music, but like I definitely think there's a similarity with like with surfing. You're not like always. Oh, I feel so weird now saying this. But with surfing, you're kind of like waiting on a wave, and it doesn't always come. I think in like songwriting, it's kind of like that. Like you can get in the studio and really want a song to come, and it doesn't. So being willing to just like wait and be patient, and then ride the wave when it comes. It's so gnarly to say it like that. But like I think there is a bit of a maybe there's something there, or maybe I'm stretching to make it work, but I think they have some sort of thing, maybe.
What is your belief as it relates to songwriting? Because like, and also, how does it work amongst the three of you when you're in the room? And we'll get into like the different schools of thought. Like people think it's a muscle. Some people think that like ideas float over our head, and you know, you either have an opportunity to grab it or it moves on to somebody else. People believe it's the universe just beaming it down to you. Like this song was destined to come through you. I mean, before we get into that, like how does it actually operate in the room amongst the three of you?
Yeah, so it's kind of different every time. Sometimes we'll start with the title. Sometimes we start with some chords or just listening to music that we all like. And we all kind of play different instruments as well, so no one's really tied necessarily to one thing. But I think to your first question, it's our producer said this, which I thought was such a good way of explaining it. Like to songwriting, there's a magic of it and there's a science. So you can get good at the science of it, but the magic just has to come. And kind of similar to surfing, like you can't really can control the conditions or whatever, but you can control like where you sit, like knowing where to go and all of that. So you can control that, but then at the end of the day, you know, it just kind of has to come to you, and there's a kind of serendipitous nature of it.
How many? I mean, like you guys have a record right now that's at radio. I mean, it's killing. Plus, you have a great album that's a part of it. Is there? So, for any of those records that we're hearing on Dive, are you telling me you just sit there and it comes if it comes, or like there has to be goals that you set now?
Yeah, totally. But sometimes you start the day, like trying to write a certain song, and then at the end of the day, you get a completely different song. And like, if you keep going, try to like keep your head down, just write one type of thing, it never works out. So you also have to be sensitive to like what it feels like when maybe like you keep trying to play these three chords, but it's not working. It's like being okay to pivot and kind of see where it takes you.
So, how are we dividing and conquering though? And how does a song actually begin? Is it starting with instrumentation, or is it starting with a story? What is it?
Yeah, it just changes. Like there's a song on the album called Sunburn, and we literally went into that session and said, let's write a song called Sunburn. So it was kind of like reverse engineering it a little bit. Like, okay, what does the song Sunburn sound like? And then that song happened like that. And then there's others where Simon, our producer, who we've been working with since day one, it can just change. Like sometimes he'll have like a little idea start, or we'll come in with like a lyric or some chords. But again, it's just like if there was like a formula you could always follow, it would just you could just do it, but it's not like that. So I think just being open to how it comes. But those are a few of the different ways, starting with a title, starting with some chords, starting with bands we love, like records we love is always good, like listening to things that inspire you, and I feel like those are some of the processes.
Yeah, and also like the timing is different too. Sometimes like we wrote She Likes Sports after playing tennis, and like
Oh yeah.
we literally, because you're like in the studio all day and you're like we're writing about the sun and being happy, and we're just like in this room all day, so like let's go get outside. And so we were like played tennis and came in like, let's just write a song about sports. And then like Can't Slow Down came about, like we had written the song and then it got shelved, and then we were listening to it on the way up from San Diego, and the verses were terrible at the time. So we're like, this chorus is cool though. So that one like was over months and like rewriting the verses and coming back to it.
She Likes Sports is really creative. It's a great song.
Thank you.
It is a great song. Coming back to a record after like letting it sit for a minute, do you approach it with fresh ears? New perspective?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just hard to like, if you're listening to like something on loop like 100 times in like 6 hours, it's kind of hard to get some perspective on it. But it is another thing too. If you keep thinking about a song, like that's also kind of a tell of like, oh, maybe I should look back into it. But then some songs you fully forget about, and that's probably for a good reason.
How many songs do you think you ended up writing before you were able to get the collection that we get on your debut album?
We looked back at our hard drive, and I think we had like over 150 songs. But we had been writing it for like years, I guess, because your first record, you have a lot of time to make it. But then, we're gonna go make another record, and we don't have as much time. So, but probably the hardest part was like whittling those songs down to just like 12 that we had to pick. There's a lot of songs that didn't make it that were probably like ones we really liked. But
we talk about like what it means to make music in the year 2025, because you mentioned like going on. Yeah, it is very weird, right? I mean, I don't make it, but I talk to people decently often who make music all the time, like 12 times a week. And
So good.
it is like, it's ever changing.
Yeah.
And you bring up like this idea of going on to your next album, when the reality is like at any moment what exists in your catalog today could blow up at any second. So
So weird, yeah.
how do you balance this idea of like letting go and moving on while also starting something new? Because like things are democratized, things pop off at any time. If you're listening to this 40 years in the future and the apocalypse has happened, TikTok is a big deal.
Oh, yeah, heavy.
So how do you balance it?
Yeah, I think. Oh, I was gonna say, by the way, thanks for doing this, Zach. It's so cool to have Zach doing this. Like,
Stop that.
He like walked in the green room, and I was like starstruck. I was like, whoa, like heavy hitter. This is a real time interview, man. This is crazy. But thanks for doing this. I
You
just
will
wanted to
come on
say,
our show too.
yeah. Oh no, dude, big fan. But
Anytime.
yeah, it's so weird. I feel like you just can't control it. Like you'll just see like maps from Yeah Yeah Yeahs. It's just like the biggest hit on TikTok, and it's like from what 2002 or whatever. And so I think you just have to like keep looking forward. At least this is kind of what I think, and like those moments just happen. Like you can't control it. Like you can't will it to like have a moment later, you know? So I don't know. I think you just keep making stuff that inspires you and like keeps like the childlike wonder in you going. Like, you know, we started the band in high school just because it was sick, like to be in a band and like fun. So just like chase that, you know, and just keep doing it. And then I think, I don't even know if this is answering the question, but I don't know. You can't like will those moments to happen. Like, I don't think anybody at Yeah Yeah Yeahs was like, all right, this is gonna like, let's get Maps back like on the map, you know? Or maybe they were. Maybe they like fully bodied a TikTok campaign. I don't know.
Do you feel like it's a part of your obligation as an artist to, you know, create content on those platforms and kind of play that game, or is it your obligation to just release?
Our marketing lady's here. She's like laughing the loudest. No.
Yeah. But the other thing is like you release music into the zeitgeist, and where it goes, where it goes, and you know, old school people could use the phrase of like, you know, a hit song is like a tennis ball underwater; it will always find its way to the top. But like,
Yo.
you know, how do you again
Use that. Nice.
like what do you know? Yeah, we're not. They don't bring me to the Grammy Museum for nothing.
Yeah.
Just dropping some old school music quotes.
So
Again,
good.
people 50, 40, 80 years in the future, hello. A tennis ball is what was hit with a racket. It's yellow, green. What color is a tennis ball? It's green, right?
Yellow green.
Greenish thing, right?
It's probably electric green. Anyway,
Green.
not important,
That
man.
color right there.
But no, do you have an obligation as an artist though to post and to kind of like play the game and be a part of the system?
I think so. Kinda. Or yeah. You know, I mean, I wish you could just like put a song out and just goes to radio or something, and then it's just like, yeah, we're U2 now or something. But like, that'd be so cool. But I think you kind of have to play the game, or just. But it's fun. It can be fun. You know, there's a lot of cool bands that put out cool content. You know, so I don't know. Try to make it cool and real, and yeah, hope the tennis ball floats.
But you also have a deep visual aesthetic. I mean, that is is that an important part of your creative process and like how you roll out a single or an album?
Yeah, it's been fun. Like we've kind of got on like the film thing with like which I know everybody's kind of shooting film these days, but I think there's something really cool about shooting music videos on film because the stakes are a bit higher in terms of like you can't just like record on digital and get everything. It's like costs money to shoot on film, and it's just you got it or you didn't. But I think it's really cool to make the world a world, and I think at least from my perspective, the artists that are doing that and building like cool worlds and stuff, you know, like the Chapel Roans and Sabrina, like just all those artists in 1975, like I think fans really appreciate that and can like get their teeth into it, you know? So I think it's really important, and I hope we're trying to do that. So yeah.
It is immersive, and the whole album does. It sounds cohesive, and your catalog does too. How do you know a song is done? We kind of figured out how things begin, but how does it end?
It's really done when you say it's done, you know? Just
Fair.
Surprise.
That is a very fair response.
Wisdom.
But what is prompting your response of "it is done"?
ooh, I mean, you know, we could go back and forth on turning up, you know, a guitar, a dB all day long, but at some point, you know, you just got to turn it in and just say, "Yep, this is the finished song."
Yeah, Simon kind of helps us with that. Sometimes Simon's like, "Yeah, guys, like, it's there," and it's like, "Okay, yeah, it's done." Shout out Simon. Is Simon here? Yeah.
Hi, Simon.
Sorry, not to put you on the blast, bro. But love you, man. Oh.
Do you put your music, your art, in like a genre box, or do you kind of think of it as its own living thing?
I think that's a difficult. I think like genres become so fluid because of streaming, because everyone's listening to everything, and so then that becomes a kind of people produce music out of that, and it's all like combined. But I think what's been cool about our music is that we kind of write in a pretty broad spectrum, where you know we have a song that's pretty life goes by, pretty beachy or sports, more guitars, and then we'll have like a Can't Slow Down, which is just different. So I think that's been a fun way that we can create, because it gives us more opportunity, and again, we're not bound to one thing, so I don't know, it keeps it fun.
When you say different, what do you mean?
I think sonically, like
Synths.
yeah, synths versus
Not
guitars.
guitars.
Vocal like Dawson singing falsetto versus kind of maybe lower register. Yeah, what do you guys think?
In the vibes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
the vibe's different.
So profound. We're such a profound band.
I know.
You know, you guys are in an interesting space. You're, you know, I guess like the business that is music would put you in an alternative genre category, as that's like where you were at in radio and you had a #1 song there. But like, it's huge. Yeah. A lot of work goes into that. Is alternative dead?
Oh man.
And
I don't
okay,
think
better
so.
question, everybody. I hear you, and I respect it. But some people would say maybe. But I can
we're
also
getting
say
clipped. I love it.
it's evolved and taken on a new
Yeah.
meaning. It's
Yeah.
definitely become something different, because if you listen to alternative radio, like most of the songs are old songs that they play.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
what is alternative today?
I don't know. I think like I'd probably say like Spotify and Apple, like all those things have made it like hard to, because everybody's listening to everything.
Totally. You're
Do
fans
you
of
feel-
artists, you're not fans of sounds.
Right. I
necessarily.
just don't think it's. I don't even know. Like I don't think that's. Because I don't know. Like when I listen to Can't Slow Down, I guess it sounds alternative, but it also sound. I don't know. I think maybe like Spotify and everything has made it just like not so genre. I don't know. Do you agree? I don't. Like I think
do-
people are just like listening to whatever. I don't know, man.
What is it? So okay, so when you were making your music, did you know that you were making alternative music, or were you just, what were you striving?
I don't
for?
think like, yeah, definitely not thinking like this is an alternative song. I get, you know. I don't think we're thinking like this is alternative, but I guess it can fit there.
But to be fair, almost
don't
anything
know.
could fit in alternative because it is
I know.
alternative.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like alternative to whatever's popular. So, and that's
Yes.
what's popular always changes. So, what's alternative also will always change. It's always on a sliding spectrum.
But then it also doesn't make sense, because if it's popular on alternative, then it becomes popular. So that
Right,
it becomes
yeah.
mainstream.
So
I
yeah.
don't-
So in order to get
I'm stumped, Zach.
Yo, man.
You got us, Zach.
You got me.
No,
Oh, you know what? Capitalism in music's got me, man.
Yeah. I know. I feel like, at least I think I was a little too young even for all of this, but like, I think how it used to go is people, you know, if you listen to alternative, or you listen to punk, or you listen to whatever, is like sectioned off by like what clothes you wore and who you
Yes, it was
wore
a
and what
lifestyle thing.
lifestyle thing, and that's really not the case anymore. So I think we're like we're kind of on the old labels, but operating in a new world. So I think that's where we find that kind of dissonance.
So how do you operate in a new world? Explain to me how you roll out an album in a new world.
I
Oh,
think we
here
don't
we
think
go.
about it that hard. We just kind of hope for the best and write some tunes. But yeah, I don't know. I think we just draw on what we're inspired on that week. You know, just listen to music like everybody else.
How do you how do you share your music with new people? How do you reach new fans potentially?
I think like the analog way of just like opening for another band is always pretty good. Like I think that's the best
Tales
way.
all this time.
Yeah, I think going analog with it on that and just playing in front of people has been kind of our best, probably our best way of that happening. We opened for our friends the Driver Era, and they, their fans are great. So I think just that is probably what I think is the best way. And you see I think you see those artists like, if you open for Taylor Swift, like you're in, like you see all these artists like, so I think that helps a lot. And then, I don't know, I guess just Reels and TikTok. Reels? I don't know.
Reels, TikTok, more reels?
Yeah, more Reels. More Reels. Oh, gosh.
What's the hardest part about being a musician?
Reels.
Reels, yes.
And then counter that. What part comes the most natural?
I think for Almost Monday, I think what's most natural is playing live. Because when we started the band, which like all of our families here, like Nanny, my grandma's here, all of Cole's grandparents are here, but they all know we were playing in this surf shop in Encinitas called Univ, and like we just started the band in high school just to like play live shows and like have like our friends come out and so I think that's always been like the foundation of the band. So I think at least for me, I feel like the most fun I'm having is playing the shows. And then the studio and writing the songs is kind of the vehicle of like, you know, you want people to want to show up to your shows and listen to it. So the songs are the vehicle to get there. So I think that's probably my favorite thing. You definitely asked what's the hardest thing though, right?
Oh, so it's both hardest and what comes the most easy and natural. So performing, I guess, is that. But are you guys writing from imagination, or you writing from reality when it's like time to craft the vehicle that gets people to those shows?
Kind of cool.
I think a little both. Like, you know, sometimes we're writing from real experiences. We travel a lot on the road and have a lot of memories and stories from like touring and just, you know, relationships and friends and stuff. And then sometimes it's like fun to write from a fictional perspective and, you know, make something up too.
Oh, so brutal writing during the pandemic. You're like sitting in your room all day and you're like, what experience do I have to write a song right now? So heavy.
The worst.
Like getting on Zoom with Simon, like while he's in New Zealand, just like, what? I just want to go play Zelda right now. Just stay in pandemic world. But touring helps, I think. We just got, like, literally today, I think is like 3 months of us being on the road this year. And I'm really excited to get, like, in the studio with all, because, like, when you're on tour, you kind of, like, live, like, it's 3 months, but it kind of feels like you just lived 3 years. Like, so many cities, so many people you meet, so many just experiences. So I'm, like, really looking forward to getting into the studio with all of that experience to kind of write from and stuff.
Can you tell us how you went from just a band in San Diego wanting to play live to meeting Simon and even getting signed to Hollywood Records?
Man, it's such a funny story. We were just like kids not knowing anything, and we just looked up this guy, and for anybody in here that knows this dude, Mark Needham, he's just like this legendary dude. Like, but anyway, we cold called him. We were looking up, we made a song, and we looked up who mixed like Hot Fuss by the Killers. Like, that guy's cool. Who is that? And then we just looked up, found his name, and then found like Mark Needham at his just like info, and like just emailed him like, hey man, like, what do you charge for a mix? And he's like this legendary dude, like done Fleetwood Mac, and like his stories like Fleetwood back in the 60s was awesome. And it's like, but we just cold called him, and his wife Pauline like responded. He ended up coming down to San Diego to one of those surf shop shows, and we played, and it was so epic. And John Foreman from Switchfoot was there, and we were so nervous. And Mark was there, and then we played, and he bailed. We didn't even see him after. And then he just emailed us and was like, "Yeah, the songs aren't big enough. Like, hit me when you guys write some more." And we're like, "Oh, heavy." But like when you're like, but when you're a kid, you're just like chasing the dream. So we just emailed him when we had the next song. Like in today's world, like, when you know more, you're like, oh no, he's not interested. Like, never hit him again. But we just hit him again, and like with a new song. And he was like, great, I'll come back down to Univ. And he came, and I think that song did better for him. And then we worked with him, and he's just like this legendary, cool dude. And it's so serendipitous. He met Simon at this festival at BottleRock, and it's just when we met, and then we met Simon, and Simon's just been like kindred spirit. We went out to New York and wrote with him, and then so it's just funny how it works, man. Like, I think that's like an advantage of being a kid. You're just like dumb and just like blind to it all. Like, you're just like, who mixed Thriller? Like, let's hit him up. Like, and we just did that, and we just found our way to Hollywood Records and like met. We love everybody over there, so it's just so funny. You just like love doing it and just charge it, and like maybe you'll make it. I don't know.
No, I gotta say, that is like 100% accurate. Like, consistency and this idea that like you don't know cause and effect, like the blind naivete and like confidence that is just so like ill placed will get you so far. I mean, there's people in this audience that I have cold emailed, I mean, dozens of times, and they've never responded. And I just kept going.
So good.
I did not. Sorry for my life. I didn't give a shit. Like, and because you don't know, like, to your point, like today, you've lived enough life, you've done this long enough to know, oh, maybe he'd get annoyed. But the reality is, was like that, and that push, that like not knowing what could be or how he may have felt is the reason why it all worked. And I'm telling you, I've been chasing it forever. How do I get back to that blind confidence, naivete, but like this, like, you don't know. And by not knowing, you end up learning everything.
So good.
It's so amazing. And to that point, it's like, we talked earlier about the internet and like it all being democratized and times changing so drastically. The flip side to that is like without that same vehicle, you would not have had the tools to reach out to these people and have the ability to like do it on your own. I very much understand it and very much relate. But like that consistency and confidence, damn.
Yeah.
But it goes away, it fades.
I know. You're like thinking about what they'd think. It's like we're like,
Oh man, Mark, we made a better song. Here it is. Come back.
it's like so heavy.
But like
Man.
you become you just become like maybe jaded or like whatever it is. But like
Start thinking too much.
totally, you overthink everything because you understand what every action could potentially mean.
Yeah.
And it's like understanding that potential is what cripples you
Yeah.
Have fun.
and holds
Yeah.
you back.
I mean, that's something we've been trying to come back to too, because like touring's amazing, but can get a lot, and so just remembering just to have fun and like to be kind of like a kid is kind of the best solution for all problems. And kids don't think that much. You just kind of jump off the monkey bars and hope for the best.
Total, you
So-
you literally just do. So well put. So real. So real. So okay, where are you at now? Like you come off of an album, you come off of this great single at radio, and do you care and are focused on another album? Are you focused on touring and spreading the art that you have? Where do you put your brain?
I think you kind of do both at the same time. So we'll be writing next week for kind of the next project, kind of for the next month until we hit some more shows. But it never really stops these days. You kind of just keep going. You keep touring, keep writing, and rinse and repeat.
Do you bring co-writers into the room?
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that work?
Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's not. Like it's just like
Yeah, it's a part of it.
we're being real at GRAMMY Museum, right? Yeah, I think it's just like finding the people that I think what's important with co-writing is like finding people that like know the world that you're building. You know, sometimes you do like the LA thing, and it's like people are really talented, but it's like maybe they don't understand the world. But I think it's just getting in with somebody who kind of understands like the world that we're making and stuff. But yeah, a mix of both. Sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't. You know.
Will you work with the people you worked with on this last album, or you go in a different direction?
Yeah, I think a few of them. Yeah.
How do you?
Are we
determine-
naming who?
Well, no,
No.
you don't need to. Well,
All
yeah,
right.
this is.
We loved Tony. Nah.
They're all like waiting.
Oh
Like,
man, I wonder if Tony's here.
that's like
Tony
their high
Frag.
school musical audition or something.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
how do you determine who makes it and who doesn't?
Vibe? No. I'm
Yeah.
playing.
I don't know.
I mean, that's a part of it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty apparent. It's kind of like a first date. You know, you just kind of leave and you're like, it wasn't good. You know. But then other times you're like, I'd be stoked to like hang again and work again. Just like a feeling like anything else.
I love when you're like surprised. Like I love when you write with somebody who maybe they're what they've written before. Like you're like, oh, I don't know if that's at all almost Monday. And you write with them and they just you're like, yeah, dude. Like you wrote some way different stuff, but like you kind of bodied Sunburn with us. That's sick, But anyway, shout out Dan Book.
Was it a push to get you guys into co-writing sessions, or were you open to this idea of collaborating?
Man, we were so open to it because we were just this like, band from San Diego, right? Met Mark, met Simon, and then like got signed, and it all kind of. So we were just really willing to like, to do stuff like that because it's pretty normal. I think that people like do co-writes. So I think just like jumping into it wasn't weird because we were just excited to like be on the team, like be on a label and like be a band and like drop out of college. Like it was just so cool. Like, yeah, let's just do it. But yeah.
How'd you guys learn how to make music? Was it woven
Oh
into
man,
the way you
Benji
grew up?
Horning. That's some lore right there. Benji, our boy Benji, taught me and Luke both how to play guitar. And I was like playing guitar, and then I started singing a little bit, and he's like, wait a second, you can kind of sing, man. And I'm like, really? And then he helped me start writing songs. So shout out Benji.
Who is this Benji?
Man, such a good guy.
Sensei.
Yeah, he was our youth pastor. And the cool thing about growing up in church and playing church music is like in church, like if you're really bad, you can still kind of like, yeah, get up there, like go play cajon in the back, like like me and Luke were playing like this trash can thing, like you just get into it, like, and it's just like praise God, man, get up there, like have his guitar unplugged, but you're still on the team, like.
Yeah, the acoustic kid in the corner, just go far left and then,
Well, for real, my first time on stage, I had a baby Taylor that couldn't even plug in, and I was on stage. So, shout out Benj.
What do you learn from playing in a church that actually may stick with your performance today?
I think it's more about the audience experience than it is your own, and it's so funny because it's like playing now, like I know all the songs, but now it's more like getting in the right headspace. And the best headspace was when I play the best is when I'm like focusing on the crowd. Like I'll find different people that like feel like good energy or happier and having a good time. And when I'm focusing on just putting a good show for other people, then like I play the best and I actually have the best experience. And so kind of similar to church, you're like trying to curate an experience for everybody else. And it's the same thing. It's like things work out best when you focus on other people.
You hear that?
Damn.
If he messes up tonight, it's on all of you.
Just
I'm thinking about myself.
Just
Yeah.
standing ovation for Luke? No.
You couldn't find a single positive energy in the crowd. But by the way, I kind of understand that because like I want to know like how much of what you guys do is like this flow state as it relates to maybe playing with each other, because musicianship that's organic and natural doesn't come to everybody, and I'm assuming I know you all have it. Obviously, you're here today, but like, do you have to think about performing with each other? Do you just kind of know where each other's going? Like, what's going on in your head when you're performing?
Well, damn, we've done a lot of shows this year. It's been, you kind of get in the cycle of just doing it a ton, and it becomes like muscle memory, I think, sometimes. But also, like Luke's saying, like having, moments in the live show to like really be like, oh yeah, this is like why we're doing all this. It's like so because we love just playing live shows, and that's like kind of why we started the band. So.
Can you guys like improv between songs? Do you stick to your set list? What do you do?
We kind of stick to the script a bit. Like, we get in with our boy Tyler and like kind of make the show. But there are moments of, hey, maybe I'll say some words, put the pad down, get churchy with it. But yeah, we kind of stick to the script. We try to like make, in the pre-work, like try to hopefully curate a show that's good and then kind of stick to it. But then within that, have moments where you can, interact with the crowd and stuff, maybe between them or whatever.
Do you guys have like a secondhand language or something? Like how you communicate with each other?
I feel like me and Luke, we've known each other for so long. I'll just like look at Luke and know he's like laughing about something. Like, just can see it. It's like your buddy in school where it's like trying so hard not to laugh at something. Oh, so funny. Thinking about a shit. Anyway.
How about you, man? What are you thinking over there?
You know what?
You have a good outfit on.
Oh yeah, you too.
He's always well dressed.
Cole's very well dressed.
Everybody.
Always.
Yeah, we just know each other so well. Like we have so many just like inside jokes and stuff that it's just like, yeah, there's
Keeping
like
those jokes inside,
unspoken,
by the way.
yeah, unspoken just language of just playing with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, if someone's really crazy in the crowd, I try to get them to look. Because it's like, dude, there was a guy, we were just in Columbus, and there was a dude that was just having the best time.
Oh, I loved that guy.
Ever. Like, he's by the bar to my left, and was just jumping, and like he was like back in the 60s with like I don't know, somebody crazy, man. Back with like Hendrix or something. But yeah.
I loved those guys in Dublin. Those blokes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so good. They're like, oh man, like so in it, and then in the back, like 8 blokes just firing. Just like it was so good. Love those moments.
Your music is very nostalgic yet very present at the same time.
Thank you.
What do you like? Are there Sonic influences that, I mean, there definitely are, but what are they that, at least on this last album, made its way into it?
Yeah, there's a ton of them. Like The Strokes, Foster the People, MGMT. A lot of those those were the bands like we were like in junior high in, and like like all those bands were like in the surf films we were watching. So it's just like I think we all kind of could link up on like that sound is just so good, and like it's like what we grew up. So a lot of those bands I think really influential on us, and then the group Justice has always been, we've just always loved that group. Like I remember Simon, when we met Simon, we were just like geeking on Justice in Greenpoint in New York, just like listening to Justice. Yeah, I don't know, it's just, again, the whole thing with Spotify, it's like you just listen to so much that you could like maybe reference something that's like wildly different, but like, oh, this guitar sound or something. So yeah, I don't know.
How do you take inspiration and ensure that it's yours?
That's good. I think it's kind of like John Mayer, I think, says this. It's like you like try to sound like your heroes, and then you fail in doing it, and then like stumble into your own thing. So I think just take a bunch of those things and then hope that it kind of makes this like new thing. Like hope that nobody else is referencing Justice, like the very specific thing you're referencing, and then like doing the same thing. So yeah.
Music. That's it.
Straight up.
I'm kidding. Genuinely, there's probably kids could stumble upon this. I found out today that this is actually on the internet. It's just not in like a giant safe somewhere for like a crazy apocalypse to happen, and like for them to like search through and figure out what music is from the year 2025. It's on the internet, so kids will probably see this.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, I guess. What would you say to them if they're thinking about becoming a musician? What direction would you steer them in? What would you say to them?
Luke, you're the only one who got that standing O. Like, you got the wisdom, brother. What do you got?
Put him on the spot.
Hardest question?
I think if you like doing it, you hear all these things that like people say throughout time about stuff like this, or like have fun, if you like it, keep doing it. And then as you get older and you start doing it, you're like, oh, they were so right. But like it becomes actually like, oh, it makes sense, because it's just like knowledge that kind of becomes understanding of that. But yeah, I think music's been such a beautiful avenue for us to experience life and to understand ourselves a bit more, which I wouldn't trade for the world. So I think just, if you like it, do it.
So good.
That's real. Very real.
Second, just so good.
By
That's
the
why
way,
Luke bodies those ones. Like,
I hope you all are thinking of questions, because we're going to get to the Q&A very shortly. So start thinking, percolate. Do you guys make music for yourself or for other people?
oh man, what does Rick Rubin say again? No, I'm just kidding. What does that book say? No, I think it's gotta be for yourself and for your joy. Life goes by so quick. Plug for our song, Life Goes By. Life goes by so quick. I mean, like, I'm just feeling it, like it moves and it just keeps moving. So I think you just gotta try to enjoy it. You just gotta make stuff that makes you feel good, makes you feel inspired, makes you feel excited to go travel the world and play these songs, and hope that you find your little tribe that likes it too.
Do you find any of your music taking on new meaning as like these songs get older, go out into the public, etc.?
Yeah. Back to the Life Goes By one. I think when we wrote that song, we wrote it, and I felt like the lyric was really dumb, and we were just kind of like, yeah, we like take me to the beach, I want to dip in. It's like such a like crazy dumb lyric. Like, nice, dude. You want to go to the beach? Great. But it's funny, like, as we keep playing it, we always like usually end our set with it, and it kind of like is taken on that meaning to me that like, and this is I guess just for myself on a personal level to the song. It's like, man, like what I just said, like life goes by so quick. Like, yeah, just try to enjoy it. Like, try to do the things that bring you joy and that make you smile. In our case, go to the beach and dip in the water. But like on the like more existential part of it, it's just like try to do the things like as it's just passage of time is coming. Do the things that make you happy and smile and feel joy. So that one kind of went from like, yeah, man, like, let's go to like, oh, wow, was that profound, actually. So that one snuck up on me.
Life evolves, and so does the art you make.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah. How do you guys define success?
I guess being able to do what we like to do, like being able to be in a band is pretty awesome, and I think to me that's pretty successful, I guess.
That's real.
Yeah.
It is like a lottery win.
I think my dad brought this up to me he came out and saw one of our shows in DC, and he was telling me he loved like seeing when two friends or like a couple would be in the audience and we'd start a song and they like look at each other and are like, and it means something to them, you know? It's like a moment that you can catch. And he told me that, and then I started looking for it at shows when you see friends or people in a relationship, like you see that your songs are personal. Like there's because you don't know them and like you don't know what it means to them, but when you can see it. So that's kind of been like my little like, I love seeing that at shows. Like we just got back from Europe and like you'll be in like Warsaw and like see these two friends, like it's that moment of like right when you start a song and then they're just screaming the lyrics at each other. I love that. It's so good. Shout out Dad wherever you are for noticing that. It's great. Good one, Dano. No.
No, really, that feeling is very special. One of my favorite things on earth is like to go to a concert of a friend of mine and not watch them, but to honestly watch the crowd, because you get to see firsthand like the power of the mutual understanding that art brings to people, and like that is crazy.
That feels like success, I think, to me, is when you see it impact people like that.
Wild. Yeah. It's real. Yeah, real. Good answer. I don't know why I judged your answer.
Thank you.
Good
yeah,
one.
now I'm like feeling like Zach's like, you know, your English teacher, you know, when they're like, yeah, what else? Who else has? Have you seen that? Have you seen that guy on TikTok? Oh, it's so good. The English teacher. Oh, heavy. You've been judging our answers this whole time? Like, no. Cole, well, yeah, Cole, but what do you think about that?
What have you learned from each other?
I think I've learned from Dawson how to be spontaneous. I'm very type A if I have my way. But he's really good at being reactive, and that's a lot of like where good art happens, is kind of being reactive and ditching the plan. Like that, we were talking about writing, just kind of like, well, we tried to make this song and it's not working, so let's do this. And it's like my brain kind of glitches, but then it's like, oh, this is a good idea. So getting better at that. And then Cole's really patient with things. Just like we have different like goals for touring or for album and stuff, and Cole's a good grip on patience to be patient, but to look in the long run and be able to be okay with not having the instant gratification and waiting for it down the road.
Yeah, Luke is very level-headed and like thinks things through well. Like kind of the opposite. Like I'm just like, all right, like sick. So I love like sitting with Luke, and then it's like, oh yeah, that perspective would have been good to like fully look into. So Luke's great at that. Friends for 20 years, just like. But and then Cole has like such good taste. I feel like he's like definitely the taste maker of. I mean, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Really, really great music taste, and like I feel like all the cool just cool, great music that we're listening to. I feel like Cole is responsible for bringing a lot of that stuff in. What do you got, man, for us?
It's hard act to follow.
Just encouragement circle right now.
I think Dawson has such like especially when we're like on the road and stuff, has such like a joy for just life. So like reminding me to like enjoy, you know, the little moments. You know, in touring, you encounter a lot of like really heinous times, like waking up at 4 a.m. for the ferry ride,
Get held in French
stuff
customs.
like that. So like
So gnarly.
I don't know, Dawson. I feel like we're always just like joking about everything, so it just makes it more fun and less brutal at times. And then Luke, yeah, is very methodical and like I think reminds me to be logical about certain things and just like really think things through. So that's also very helpful for the band.
What do you like about us?
So
Each
funny you
one of
ask.
us.
I've learned a lot from you guys
Yeah.
last hour.
Zach.
Let me whip out my list. No, but that is, by the way, healthy and complementary and symbiotic, whatever word you want to use. Like, you kind of work together for each other.
Yeah.
It's special.
Yeah, we're married.
Interesting.
Yeah, pretty much.
Big throuple energy, eh?
First time band history.
In the year 2025, future, we don't judge. We don't judge. No, you're married, though.
Yeah.
Wait,
I am married.
Are you the
My
only
very,
married one?
very, very beautiful wife is here right now. And she's so cute, man. Little fun fact, I met Miley, we started the band and then I met Miley like a few months later. So like just like for like the band, like still doing it, and then just first girlfriend in high school, just like married. It's like, so thank you, Lord. Yeah, Miley's the best. And she's so great because like she came out on the road with us and she has 3 brothers. Sorry, Miles is so embarrassed right now, but she has 3 brothers, so she's like so good at being on the road. Like it's not like, sometimes it's like, oh man, like like I need to get out of this is too much. But Miley's so great because she's like knows how to hang and like be in it, So anyway, sorry, just bragging on Miles.
What role does religion play in your creative process, if any, or at least in the way you guys navigate this together?
Heavy hitting one. So good.
I think it's a helpful context to relinquish some control, because there's so many things that are out of your control, like being in a band and being successful. It's like the most impossible thing to ever do, and so having a feeling and a trust and a faith that there's something bigger than you, and that you're not the most important thing in the world is kind of helpful in that.
Man, crushed it again.
Thanks.
Just so good that Luke's on this stage.
Thank you. But no, yeah, because there's so many things out of your control, and I'm just grateful, and I think we are all like kind of walking that gratefulness of like, man, we're so stoked to be able to do this, because we didn't do all of it. There's no way it would have worked.
Real. And it is true, like you control the effort, not the outcome. Right? You can only control what you can control.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many talented people that work really hard that don't get to a spot even where we are, and we're still, building. So, yeah, grateful.
That's why that Coldplay song just hits me. If you try your best, but you don't succeed, it just scars me, that lyric. You just try so hard and just don't succeed. So gnarly. Thanks, Chris Martin. That thought.
It happens. It's real. Chris Martin, by the way, of the belief that songs are just beamed to him. Like Viva La Vida, we laugh, but it's real. How do you think Viva La Vida got here?
Oh yeah,
Amen,
roll the
brother.
dice,
It
feel the
was the
fear in my.
universe. Come on.
Yeah.
Yellow? What? That
Have you
wasn't him?
have you interviewed those guys?
Yes, a couple times. That's how I'm not like whipping these stories out of nowhere. No, he told me. The source is me.
The source, trust me, bro.
Well, it's also on the internet.
Is he remarkable?
Yeah, he is remarkable.
Oh.
And he's one of the nicest individual ever, and like walked around and gave everybody pins and was so grounded, and then like just wanted to stay for. Yeah, he's amazing. He's been on the show twice. Whoa. So but yeah, he believes that they're like beamed down. Like real talk, like it's something higher.
Yeah.
Is this a muscle songwriting and music making, or is it a higher thing?
Yeah, I think it's. I'm in the camp of Chris, probably, that it like kind of just hits you. Because sometimes you just like sing a melody or you sing a word or something, and it's just like, I definitely did not know that that was anywhere. You know, I'd probably fall in Martin camp. Probably.
Yeah, there's this like idea that there's like every idea, every song, every solution, every painting's been created, and the muses are just waiting for a willing person to come and part it to and like whisper it into their ear. So there's this guy. It's like he's a playwright. He says, "I only write when I'm inspired, and fortunately, I'm inspired at 9 o'clock sharp every morning." And so it's the idea that like you just work every day, and then one of those days, the muses will come and whisper into your ear, and then like that's how you get that one. But they only do it if you're willing and already working.
That's consistency. Really interesting because people do believe that, right? Like even this idea that like if that whisper comes and you don't take it or do something with it, like it will go to somebody else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has like a ripeness. Like ideas have ripeness, and I'll just skip you.
Oh, gnarly.
Also, long-term belief that even Shakespeare is plagiarized. So hello, future. Think of that.
In the Armageddon vault, that's for you.
Yeah, they're going to be definitely looking for this. Imagine like the world's really gone to crap.
And this is what they watch.
No, they're like, this is the first. We've emerged from a bunker, and this is the first thing they tune into.
Gosh, I hope
To
not.
be so lucky. God, what an honor. What is next though? I mean, you're back in this. You said you're going to be writing. So
Yeah.
is your focus another album? Yeah.
I think so. I think albums are the way.
Is that how you're crafting? Like, so you create for an album, not just for singles or an EP?
Yeah, I think we wanted to make sure that like the debut album, this one Dive, like we wanted it to be I don't know if this is the right way to think about this, but for us it was like we wanted there to be an audience for an album, because I think like just naturally with everything like you know, they pick the single and it goes out, and then a lot of people. So we just wanted to make sure there were fans that wanted an album and that it would go somewhere. So now that I think we're on album land, I think like all of our favorite bands and artists, like, you know, like the album is so important to do, and we are definitely going to follow suit with that. I think it's important.
That was one of the things I was interested in while I was driving here. Well, many things I was interested in, but this is on the list. How does a band, specifically in your situation, pick a single today? Because some people would go, oh, like test it on TikTok, see where it goes, and whatever raises its hand, that's what you go with, whatever. How do you do it?
Whatever raises its hand. Oh, just trigger word. No.
Yeah, because they're all, all the executives are using that.
Yeah. It's such a like.
They're like, oh, we put it all out, and then whatever like raises its hand on streaming, we'll
So
go
good.
for it. But is that the situation? Is that how it played out for you guys? How did you determine what song was going to be the single?
Yeah, I think there's just like the hunch, like this one feels right, and then just like, you know, you hope, and we are fortunate, like we have a really good team, like that's around, so you have people that I think help go like, yeah, that feels like the right one. So I think it's just relying on your hunch, and then also like just seeing what the people that you've invited into that decision making with you to help say, yeah, that feels right.
Was your hunch aligned with everybody else's hunch
Sometimes it's not.
in
But-
this situation?
But I'd say like, yeah, Michelle and Mike and Michelle are here. Like,
whole
I'd
label's
say
here.
like we're pretty, like we have a good batting average of lining up. I'd say, yeah, Mike, just hates the next one. No, I'd say most part, yeah.
It's interesting. In the year 2025, we need to align with executives.
Oh yeah.
But it's funny, you always hear stories of like hits and stuff, and it's like never the one people picked. It's just some random song that starts going crazy, so nobody knows.
Nobody knows. But do you feel like you need to know to play this game, or is that a part of the fun?
Yeah, I kind of think the challenge is fun. It's like Mario wouldn't be fun if you only jumped over one of the green tubes and then you win. Like, I love that, like, it's more fun the harder it is to get there. Which is why I'm kind of, like, stoked we haven't had, like, a huge hit yet. Well, I mean, I'll take one. That would be amazing. But, like, it is fun to be on the hunt, you know, and not be, like, just boom, and then, like, you know, like, we've just kind of, like, I'd say as of right now, like, it's just kind of been like this, and I hope it keeps going like that because it's so fun, like, that, like, it's fun to play Mario when there's more than one tube.
There have been a lot of really great examples in history. I'm trying to. I get it. Like I do.
I'm
get
sorry.
It.
It's
Like, I
like
get
these
the-
guys are fried.
Yeah, you got many tubes you want to play. Like, yeah, I'm with you. Whatever. I get it. No, but it is true because like if you have your first hit like on your first album, you're kind of put into a corner. There's a lot of things that come with it, right?
Yeah.
And then there's like the constant lingering thing of like one hit wonder and a bunch of stuff. And there's also a lot of great musicians throughout history that like have had hits on their second and third album, and then in turn like kind of going against this like quote unquote potential of a sophomore slump, which people talk about all the time, which is the second album not doing what the first one does. Like dude, being an artist is hard.
Yeah.
Like being a human is hard.
Yeah.
Like that, just showing up is hard. Being present's even harder, man.
Yeah.
Oh, ugh,
So
God.
good.
But it's real. But being an artist and subjecting yourself to this is very challenging
Yeah.
because so much is out of your control.
Yeah. And learning to like not listen to either side, like if people are hating on it or like loving it. I think just just being happy with what you're making, I think.
What are you looking for that evokes joy and dopamine, happiness?
In general? Or
No,
songs?
in music. I mean, I'm now interested in your in general answer, but I was like specifically focused on
GRAMMY
music.
Museum, and we're just like grab the board and surf. Minecraft movie last night. It was so joyful.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, me and Luke bodied it. It was so funny.
Oh,
I think that like the crew that was there was the funniest part. Have you seen that on TikTok? Like everybody like just
they
yeah,
go
like,
together,
you guys
right?
have seen that, right? It's so gnarly. Like everybody watches Minecraft movie and then just like throws. It's terrible. Don't do that. It's so funny though. Ugh, it's so funny.
By the way, Hello Future in the year 2025, there is a movie about a video game called Minecraft. Interesting, right? What a time we live in.
Yeah, I was really interested. Like, am I allowed to ask a question to you?
Please.
Yeah.
The light hasn't changed to yellow yet, so
Oh,
please
is that the signal? Okay.
keep going.
Like, I'm really curious. Who your favorite interview was? Like, let's get the real like viral clip here. Zach being like best and worst. No, just kidding. Let's actually go viral. Here's Zach. No. Best and worst artist you've interviewed.
I love that the
So-
goal of the Grammy Museum is to go viral on TikTok.
Oh, dude, I'm trained, man. I'm trained. We need to get a reel going. No,
Um,
let's get reeled
Okay.
up. No.
I'll answer your question obviously because I'm not going to be that guy.
Oh yeah.
But I'll give you a quick answer.
Yes.
My favorite interviews are the interviews that resulted in my best friends entering my life. So like that's Ariana, that's Liz, like Liz Gillies, Ariana Grande, and like a bunch of people that like come many years back, like as far back as 16 years, 15 years, because those are more than just interviews. Like they, I started a radio show because I had no friends, and I desperately wanted to like have somebody to talk to every day. It is sad, but ultimately, it is. But
And you were 14, right?
I was 14, and
Oh.
I had gone from a tiny school with like 80 kids to a school with like 1,800 kids, and I had no friends, and I had a lot of life happening, and nobody wanted to talk to me about it. So I just decided I'm going to figure out how to make a radio show from my bedroom, and I did. So to start with the desire of like finding friends, and then for it to culminate in having like real life human being friends, like who would teach me the most about life and friendship and love and everything. Like I didn't have friends in high school, so I like built a whole kind of parallel group through work. So it was the greatest thing that ever happened. So my favorite interviews are the ones that produced real life friends and have given me moments that the world will never see.
Yeah.
And the worst one, I got like 1,000. No, I'm kidding. I actually have 0. I swear on everything. I have never there's never been someone. Well, there's been like 1 or 2 people who have come in and you'll never see the interview, and but that's for a bunch of different reasons.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't have a bad one at all. I really don't. People tend to also put like their best face on for me. So
Yeah.
I'm also seeing a different version of them, at least for the first like 20 minutes of an interview, and then they like break down walls and
Yeah.
they become a human.
Yeah.
That's my answer. That was really long.
Man, but it's
Great
so
answer.
wholesome.
Sorry. Aw. Wait, is this what it feels like to do like a talk show with a live audience? Because this is electric.
Yeah.
Let's go on tour.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it's time for you guys to join this conversation though. So does anyone have any questions? Yes.
Oh, so good. MSG was very cool. We got to do that last year, and me and Luke found out in a hotel room, and we were like just in our underwear, and like we're so excited. We like ran out in the hallway, and like we're playing. Anyway, sorry. But I really want to play Red Rocks. That would be sick. That one is just so beautiful looking.
You played MSG with AJR.
Yeah.
My 3 best friends.
Really?
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
way.
Yeah. I would. Yeah.
Wait, did you come to? Were you at any of those shows?
Not in the East Coast.
Yeah.
No, West Coast. But like, what do you
Sick.
learn from them? Because they're big on visual aesthetic.
Oh my.
Big on theatrics. That tour is crazy.
Man, that show is something. That show is like in its own league, and it was so funny because like we always felt like, man, here we are talking about dipping in the beach, and like this is like this profound show, Broadway status, like people are flying and like dreams are coming true.
Puppets. There's like giant. puppets.
Dude, it's so gnarly. But I was just shocked. Like it was actually it was a great tour. Like people, their fans really liked us, which was like, wow. But that's so cool. You know, yeah, they're so sweet.
Of course they would like it. I mean,
Yeah.
Thousand
Well,
reasons why.
you never know. I mean, maybe.
Yes,
yeah.
friend over there in the second row, and then we'll get to the person in front of you. Hi. That's a good question.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, there's some heavy lore on the name. There's this guy named Jonah, and he's so gnarly because he at first we were like, we don't know what we're gonna call the band, because every name is taken. Like if you just say the something, it's on Spotify. They exist, and they have a few 1,000 monthly listeners. And you're like, okay. But Jonah was like, hey, you should be called the Mondays, and we're like, okay. And then we played this sketchy gig in Syracuse, which has its own lore. But we were there, and there was another band there called the Mondays, and we just had to, on the spot, come up with like, okay, we're not the Mondays, we're almost Monday. But yeah, this guy Jonah is so gnarly. Like he also like forced me to go to this party in high school, like because he liked this girl that I knew. And then that's where I met my wife, Miley. So Jonah's just like weirdly so connected to all this. Anyway, I don't know why I went really deep with that, but yeah, that's yeah how we got there.
Almost Monday. It's now your turn.
You're playing at the Grammy Awards. Who were you on stage with, and what song are you singing?
We're playing with the band, I guess.
Like,
What special guest?
like which guest? Like who would we want, right? Who would we want to be playing with? Ooh, maybe like past or present. Maybe Glenn Campbell for me. Gentle on my mind. Just try my best to get in there with him. Like, I don't know. Sorry, it's random. What do you got?
Maybe like Bowie or someone.
I feel like I know yours. The Strokes.
Oh,
I feel like
yeah,
those are your boys.
Or David Bowie or somebody.
Yeah,
like that.
Bowie would be
Be
cool.
cool. Pass.
Luke.
I echo those responses.
We currently speak in hypotheticals, but it's now time to speak in reality. Please perform for us. Yes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's the red light. Yeah.